Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Today we're going to take a look at the new drill. This here is a WR50 Polish made drill. It's an HCP made in 1960. It's a very interesting machine. Various controls. This here engages and disengages the fine feed handle. Of course, you've got your bull horns, different gearbox selections, the locks to move the arm, to swing the arm and move the head, or electronic, I believe. Spindle is Morse Taper 5. RPMs 30 to 1700. Fairly large base. This machine is quite a bit bigger than I had initially anticipated it to be, but that's fine. The electrical box isn't too bad. There are some interesting features on it, electrically speaking. These wires here, don't know what they do. They run up to the motors. This here panel, that's 2-pole, a random breaker that doesn't seem to be attached to anything. I'll have to open up some of the other panels and get into it more. I also need to move it more in position. It needs to move forwards and sort of rock over. That won't be too hard. I'll push it with or back into it with my truck and use a bar to pry it over. One thing I quite like about this drill that I'm kind of excited for, it has a slot for a keeper. So if I want to do any boring and I want to make sure my drill, or not my drill, but my boring head or whatever I'm using doesn't slip out, you mill a second slot into it and you put what's called a keeper in there. It wedges the tool in, make sure it can never leave. The very nice Topper Machine has some videos on those. There was a table on here. It's now over here. This is the table that came with it. Nice big V-notch for setting a round bar in there and center drilling it. You stick your large bars in there that are just too big for either a steady or some other manner of holding it in the lathe. Put a center in it. Maybe it's just too rough or what have you. Very, very nice. Very, very big table. It's got quite a few apprentice marks, but that shouldn't hurt the performance at all. I don't know how wide this column is, but I want to say it's about 16 inch with about a 5-foot arm, approximately, maybe a 4-foot. RPM gauge, I believe that's an RPM gauge. Amp gauge, show how many amps you're using. Push the big drills. A lot of these handles are missing. And you might be wondering, why in the world would I buy a machine like this? This is absolutely massive for a home shop. It's going to have to stay outside, which is kind of sad. Well, it was $600, and so I can scrap it for more than I paid, or sell it to someone else. And I do so much hole drilling that a $600 radial arm drill was a bit of a no-brainer. Even if it's not that great of a drill, everything is so massive on this one. This is the largest radial arm drill I have ever seen in person. I imagine the rigidity is pretty good on it, and so it should serve me well. I have no doubt that it'll serve me pretty well. I do a lot of hole drilling. Right now I'm doing a line boring job on a bulldozer. This machine, if I can get it running, will hopefully do some boring on that. And really, they're just very nice to have around. If you need to drill large holes in large parts, nothing beats the radial arm drill. This whole column will swivel, this big green casting, and then this head will move back and forth. And if it's free and there's no rust on it, they move very nicely. So I haven't been able to find any information on it. The company made a lot of different products. So, and I have, of course, there's no manuals or advertisements or anything like that for this machine. So if you have any, please let me know. I would be very grateful to have some literature. With that being said, I need to start cleaning it off. So, thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing. Have a good day.